Hey guys, Wild Willie here. You can tell by the title of this video, it's a little bit different. In the past, we've done, a month without hydro. We've done, prepping or testing for, no power, no this, no that, but we've never done it with no water. And the reason why we wanted to do it this past weekend, the long weekend in Canada, July 1st weekend, for any of you that live in Canada, you've probably seen on the news, and maybe some of you haven't, Calgary, Canada, had a main water line burst a few weeks ago. Some households went 2 weeks without any water. The whole city under an extreme strict water shutdown almost, the rest of the city. So you weren't allowed to bathe, you weren't allowed to water anything. You basically had water to drink and cook with, and that's it. So if it can happen in Calgary, it can happen here where I live in this part of Ontario. The infrastructure, the ground, the sewer system's a lot older than what it is in Calgary. I looked it up. So it can happen anywhere and any time. So we decided, you know what? Let's give it a shot and see what we could do, what not could do. Let's learn from it. So we did. So we woke up on the Saturday morning with the notion that after 7 a.m. there was no water running. The taps, I don't have the ability to shut the water off where I am, but taps were blocked off. Toilet was blocked off. We had to figure it out from there. I do have a minimum of, keep 3 of those 18-liter jugs you buy at the grocery store. I keep them on hand at all times, swap them out and use them. So we weren't worried about drinking water right away. What we did, our next step is everyone should have collapsible water containers or like for camping type style jugs. We went to a neighboring city to a friend's house and we filled them up. We filled up 4 20-liter ones. So I'm thinking, okay, great. We're gonna have enough water to drink. We're gonna have enough water to cook with. As far as flushing the toilet, I'm thinking, you know what? We lift the back off the toilet. We dump water in there every time we need to flush. We're good. We'll be good for 3 days. As far as bathing, you know what? Fill up a sink. We can heat water. We can still use the stove or anything else to heat water. We'll heat it up. We'll bathe in the sink. We'll be fine for 3 days. Life is good. So Saturday morning, went out, fill up our water jugs, come home. Right away, having to use the bathroom. Well, I didn't realize how most toilets use anywhere between 5 and 7 liters of flush. That's a lot of water. In one day, less than 1 day, we almost used half of our extra water we went and picked up just on flushing a toilet. That was crazy. That made us think like crazy. If I was out of water water was shut down for 2 weeks, what are you gonna do? I'm lucky enough where I live, within, at the most, 1 kilometer from a lake. I got a stream not too far from me either. I can harness water. I got the ability to distill it, to clean it, to sanitize it, whatever. But I don't want to do that for this scenario. So we had to make some decisions quick. So I'm going to show you some of the things we did here, some of the things we used, and how it helped us. And hopefully it'll help you if there's a long-term situation where all of a sudden the water stops running. So anyways, hold on. All right, let's start before we go talk about the bathroom side of things. Let's talk about the washing side of things. I figured for 3 days, no problem. We got enough clothes. We're going to be good. We don't really need to do the wash. Well, that wasn't the fact. The laundry basket was full. We were down, to me, my son, basically our last set of underwear and socks. It's okay if your outer garments are dirty, but you want clean inner garments, clean socks, clean underwear, especially in this hot weather. You're dealing with, crotch rot, athlete's foot, foot fungus, trench foot. These are all things that can be excruciatingly difficult to deal with in a shift situation. So the water situation, I didn't think I was going to be doing laundry, but we ended up doing some laundry anyways. This is 2 things we used. I own each one of these, and I'll really quickly. This thing is a collapsible Japanese washing machine. You'll see it there. It holds, I don't even know what it holds, but basically in this you can throw your underwear, t-shirt, and your socks. You turn it on. I got it off the solar generator, but turn it on and basically throw your stuff in there. It'll spin for 2 or 5 minutes. And then you got to clean out the water. You can rinse it, put more water in, rinse it, and then drain that water. And then you put it in this basket to spin dry. So, let's see if I can shut this off. There we go. That uses 3 liters of water to wash, 3 liters of water to rinse. That's 6 liters of water we use for that. And really you get nothing out of it. You get a pair of socks, underwear, and a t-shirt. So that wasn't very, we were already down half of what we had for water, and I didn't really want to sacrifice any more. So I ended up pulling this. I use this for camping, or I used to use it for camping. I forget what they're called. Can't read it upside down. Basically, you can find these anywhere on Amazon. You can put 5 liters of water in there, but you can throw a whole outfit in there. Socks, underwear, t-shirt, shorts, pants. And the idea is you spin the handle for 2 minutes each side, or a minute each side. And then you gotta hook up a nozzle there, drain in your sink, put another 5 liters in, stir it around for a couple more minutes, and then drain it and then squeeze dry and let it hang. The plus side is, do a lot more clothes. Downside is you're using 10 liters of water. This thing came in handy, and I'll tell you why. It was my son that came up with the ingenious idea that why are we using the drinking water, or our water we harvested, when we could be using this? And I forgot all about it. My AC here, depending on how it's set, I can produce 1.5 liters an hour, sucking moisture out of the air, depending how humid it is. So we ended up just taking that water, running it through a filter real quick, and then washing our clothes with it. That stopped us from using anything. So if you had a dehumidifier in your basement, where you're pumping out 11 liters a day, that would be brilliant for something like this. You wouldn't have to tap into your resources. So that put a great, kudos for him for thinking of that. That put the ease on us. But the big thing was the bathroom. We could not keep using the water to flush the toilets. It wasn't satisfactory. I had this, a Lugaloo. I don't know if any of you've seen this. I've had one of these for years when I used to go hunting and camping a lot. Basically, it's a bucket with a toilet seat lid on it. You line it with a plastic bag, you do your business, and you take it with you. Take the bag, do whatever. I like the no water concept because 1, you're saving water. 2, you can take that bag out and you can do several things with it. You can throw it in the garbage, you can bury it, you can burn it. It's easier to get rid of than having one of those camping toilets where you put in water and it has, you can flush, but then you got to deal with the waste tank. You still got to wash that out. You got to have water to use it. So the no water situation is the best way to go in a shift situation. Save your water. The downside is, not only is this small, uncomfortable, messy, but it won't fit my fat ass. So this was a horrible situation. This is what we used for the other 2 days. But you know what? It was better than flushing a toilet and wasting all our water on that. I reached out after the 2 days, the Tuesday, it ended Monday night at midnight. Tuesday morning, I did some research online. I actually reached out to a company in Japan. Told them what I was doing. I found their website, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they sent me one of their toilets. Actually, they're going to send me 2 more, too, to do a review on and play with. Now, I'll put the links for the Japanese website, but it's non-English. I think I found one on Amazon. It's the same company. I think I got to double check. I'll put the link in the description. This thing is going to be a game changer in a shift situation, or even if you're traveling or camping. You're looking at, first of all, space. Well, this collapses down on itself. The sides fold in, the backs, everything folds in. This pops off. This collapses down to about 6 inches. It's phenomenal. Better than that, it works on the same process. You line bags. It comes with bags, but get some extra large garbage bags. You line the bags in there, do your business. The bottom has a hole in it. If you want to take it out, you can dig a hole in the ground. And the best part is, not only does it hold 400 pounds, but the seat will hold my big fat ass. This thing is actually comfortable. I'm gonna have to get my son to try it out later. I'll see if I got the bags in the, what? Ah, Jesus. Maybe my son did try it already. Nutella. Anyways, guys, this is it's an incredible toilet. Honestly, they send you a couple bags. The bottom hole, this lid comes off. The bottom hole can pop open. You can do your business right in the ground. It's kind of sad, but I'm actually looking forward to trying this out when the situation arises, pooping in a bag. So, that's what we did, guys. We managed through, and the most important thing was trying to get the 3 days without any water. You don't realize how much water we use. The average person is supposed to have, I think it's 4 liters a day. That's just for cooking and drinking and light self-cleaning. But when you factor in having to flush the toilet, if you want to bathe proper, you want to wash clothes, it's going to be a lot higher than that. It's probably going to be close to 20 liters a day per person. So just with the toilet without having to flush it and using that little washing machine that has no water at all. Also, we use paper plates. We use paper plates, plastic cutlery, got rid of it after. No washing dishes. It was absolutely fantastic. Because if it happened in Calgary, we're to put the whole city out for 3 weeks. It can happen here, it can happen anywhere. So water is one of those few things a prepper will store. Oh yeah, I can store water, I can store. I even have 5 different ways to distill, to clean, to disinfect water, to whatever. But the fact is, you're still going to need more than what you think. You're going to need a ton of it. It's not practical to store, 700 cases or 700 bottles of water in your home. You got to know where to get it, and you got to know how to ration it. So these are a couple things that we did through trial and error. Worked for us. I hope it's going to work for you. Anyways, food for thought. I'll put the link in the description of that toilet if I can find it for you. Anyways, I'm Wild Willie, and I got to get trucking. Remember, it's not a question if hit the shit, it's a fan. It's a question of when. So always be prepared.